So, good morning to all of you. Today I will discuss about the nutrient requirement in poultry, swine and equine. And this is very important topic related with the poultry, swine and equine, and what kind of the nutrient they usually required for their production. So there are two basic objectives regarding this topic. First, to know the nutrient requirement for various category of poultry, swine and equine, and what are the factors which influencing the nutrient requirement in case of swine, equine and poultry. So let us start with the nutrient requirement in poultry. So as we are aware about that, there are 6 basic nutrients which is essentially required for the life of the animals, such as carbohydrate, protein, fat, minerals, vitamins and water. So these 6 vital nutrients which is essentially required. So first of all, I would like to discuss about the nutrients. That means the requirement of nutrient, which are the amount of nutrient that is required by the poultry to support the normal function of life. So this is the nutrient requirement. And again, we can say that the requirement which may be expressed in quantity of nutrient or in dietary proportions. So there are various kind of nutrient as I have discussed, and one by one we can discuss later on. And there are various agencies which have given some standard like Bureau of Indian Standard, National Research Council, and some commercial farmers. They have prepared their own standard based on the BIS and NRC. So as per BIS, that means Bureau of Indian Standard 2007, the nutrient requirement for poultry, such as they have categorized the broiler, if we talk about the broiler poultry, broiler chicken and layer chicken, layer bird. So they have categorized the broiler feed into 3 categories: pre-starter feed, starter feed and finisher feed. So pre-starter, that means 0 to 7 days of age, starter 8 to 21 days of age, and finisher 22 to 42 days of age. And like that, in case of layer, they have categorized 4 categories: chicks 0 to 8 week, grower 9 to 20 week, layer phase 1 21 to 45 week, and layer phase 2 46 to 72 weeks. And broiler breeder male 23 weeks onward, and layer breeder male 23 weeks onward. So the moisture percentage in case of all category of the poultry is, it should be 11%. And metabolizable energy in kilocalorie per kg in case of pre-starter of broiler 3000 kilocalorie, a starter broiler 3100 kilocalorie, and finisher broiler 3200 kilocalorie. And like that, in case of layer chicks 2800 kilocalorie, grower 2500 kilocalorie, layer 2600 kilocalorie, and layer phase 2 2400 kilocalorie. And like that, broiler breeder male 2750 kilocalorie, and layer breeder male 2600 kilocalorie. So these are the metabolizable energy requirement kilocalorie per kg in case of poultry. And like CP, that means crude protein, minimum requirement should be 23% in case of pre-starter broiler, starter broiler 22%, finisher 20%, and like that in case of layer chicks required crude protein 20%, growers 16%, 16, and layer 1 at 18%, and layer phase 2 16% again. Like that, ether extract, that means crude fat percentage minimum should be, in case of broiler 3% pre-starter feed, starter 3.5%, and finisher 4%. And in case of layer, in all the groups 2% fat percentage required. Like crude fiber percentage, in case of broiler pre-starter 5%, a starter and finisher also 5%. In case of layer, chicks 7% required crude fiber maximum, and grower layer phase 1 9%, and layer phase 2 10%. And very important, that is sand and silica, that means acid insoluble as maximum percentage should be, in case of broiler 2.5%, and in case of layer 4%. And salt should be added, that means common salt, that we should be added, that 0.5% in each category of the poultry. So these are the, and again calcium requirement, it should be 1% in all category of broiler. And in case of layer feed, the calcium requirement is high in case of layer phase 1, that is 3%, and layer phase 2 3.5%. And chicks and grower required 1% calcium. And phosphorus, available phosphorus requirement is 0.45% in case of all category of broiler feed. And in case of layer feed, that is also 0.4% phosphorus, available phosphorus required in all category. Like that, the two vital amino acid like lysine, minimum requirement in case of pre-starter broiler is 1.3%, starter 1.2%, and finisher 1%. And methionine is 0.5%, 0.5%, and 1.45% in three categories of broiler feed. And in case of aflatoxin, I would like to say that that is very important toxin which cause several problems in case of poultry. And the requirement, that means the diet, generally in case of poultry, maize is one of the common source, and some places groundnut cake where it is available more, then groundnut cake is also common source. So these two source, though these two ingredients are very much susceptible to the aflatoxins. So the maximum level of aflatoxin B1 should be, in case of broiler feed, 20 ppb parts per billion. It should not be more than that. And in case of layer feed also 20 ppb. So 20 ppb is maximum, that it should not be above than that in the diet of the poultry. And linoleic acid is one of the essential fatty acid which is required for optimum performance of the layer as well as broiler. So the requirement of this essential fatty acid minimum should be 1.1% in pre-starter broiler, starter also 1.1%, and finisher 1.1%. So 1.1% is required in case of broiler, and in case of layer 1% is required in all category of the layer feed. So this is one of the important essential fatty acid that is required for optimum performance of the broiler as well as layer. So now coming to the egg production requirement as per the egg production. So I would like to discuss some common features, like good flock of the layer, they may produce at least 250 eggs per bird per year, and around 70% production. And their egg weight, as we know that the weight of the egg is 57 gram almost, and it may be variable. but 57 gram is standard weight of the egg. And the birds, they starts laying from the age group of the 20 to 21 week of the age, and they continue up to 52 week of the age. After that they start the laying, but the laying period, that means the laying, they lay fewer egg during the time of the molting. So during molting period the egg production goes down, and so the production life cycle of the layer is around 17 months, or we can say 72 weeks of the age. And the temperature climate of the bird, that temperate climate. So in case of temperate climate, the bird can produce 250 to 300 egg per year. So in temperate climate the egg production will be more. So production of egg is also one of the factor is temperature. So production may be vary with the temperature. So energy requirement for hen per day by the chicken in relation to body weight and egg production in kilocalorie as per the NRC. What are the requirement of energy? So when we talk about the body weight, that means 1 kg, 1.5 kg, 2 kg, 2.5 kg, 3 kg. So energy requirement will be vary with the body weight and egg production. That means 0 egg, 50 egg, 60, 70, 80 and 90 egg. So what are the percentage of the egg production? Accordingly, the energy requirement will be vary. So what are the common factors which affecting the nutrient requirement of poultry? The first factor is genetics. That means a species of the bird, breed, or what are the strains. There are several strains nowadays developed by the different commercial industries and research institutes. So they affect the nutrient requirements. Age of the bird, that means body weight and what are the stage of maturity, that also affect the requirement. Sex, either male or female, that may affect the nutrient requirement in, but the differences is very small. Reproductive state, that means the level of egg production in case of hen and sexual activity in case of male, that affect the nutrient requirements. And next factor is the temperature. So increase energy requirement to maintain normal body temperature in case of cold weather, and in case of hot weather just opposite, energy requirement goes down. Next factor is the housing system. This is one of the important factors which affect the nutrient requirement of the bird, and they influence the level of activity of the bird, as well as the requirement may vary according to the activity of the bird. And next factor is the health status of the bird. That means the disease condition requires increased intake of some nutrient, and commonly minerals and vitamins. So minerals and vitamins requirement will increase during the disease condition of the bird. So these are the factors which affect the nutrient requirement in case of poultry. Now coming to the nutrient requirement in swine. The nutrient requirement in swine is quite variable when compared with the poultry. And swine can utilize crude fiber at low extent. At lower extent, they can utilize crude fiber. and even up to 10% they can utilize. In case of the saw, they can utilize up to 10 to 12% of the crude fiber. What in general 5 to 6% crude fiber level is recommended in case of the diet of growing and finishing swine. And the fat requirement, if we talk about the fat requirement in case of the swine, the high fat diet, when we feed to the pigs, there may be the deposition of excess fat inside the body. And when we feed more quantity of soybean and groundnut cake, that means they contain the short chain fatty acids. If the short chain fatty acid is higher in the diet of the swine, then there is the production of the soft pork. So we should take into the consideration while we are preparing the diet of the swine. So what kind of the pork we should get, and what kind of pork the market requires. So accordingly, we should change the diet of the swine. And pig, the fat inclusion in case of the pig diet, it is almost around the 4% is recommended. Like that, the protein requirement, protein is very much vital and most costly item of the diet. And good quality protein is required for preparation of ration of the swine. And that protein and the diet, what we should prepare, that contains all the essential amino acids, it should be. And lacking of any essential amino acid, that reflects directly the production performance. So if any amino acid, essential amino acid lacks in the ration, there may be the chance of reduction in feed intake and directly affect the growth performance of the swine. So always we should remember that there is the combination, there should be the combination of animal as well as the vegetable protein source in case of the pig diet, that provide all the essential amino acids in proper proportion. So as per Bureau of Indian Standard, the nutrient requirement in swine, like moisture content, we have here we categorize the requirement of the swine in three categories: a starter or creep feed, grower meal, and finisher or breeding meal. So in case of a starter, the moisture content in all the category, it should be 11%. Crude protein in case of minimum, in case of the starter is 20% minimum, and grower meal 18% and finisher 16%. Like crude fat percentage minimum, it should be 2% in all. Crude fiber 5% in starter, grower 6% and finisher 8%. Total ash requirement 8% in all category. Acid insoluble ash requirement is maximum, it should be 4% in all category. And metabolizable energy in kilocalorie per kg minimum should be, in case of a starter, 3360 kilocalorie, grower 3170 kilocalorie, and finisher 3170 kilocalorie. So these are the nutrient requirement as per the BIS specification of swine. So one common problem which arises in case of the swine, that means the piglet. So that is known as the piglet anemia, or we also call thumps. So this problem is seen in the piglet generally housed in concrete floor under intensive farming system. So the piglet anemia, where the listless and flabby, really wrinkle skin, unhealthy looking hair coat, like that symptom occurs primarily. And how it occurs, that means at birth the piglet contains 50 milligram iron and daily requirement is 7 milligram. However, about 1 milligram is supplied in daily sow milk, which is consumed by the piglet. So there is net deficit of 6 milligram per day that exhausts the body store within a week, and if iron is not provided, the condition arises anemia. And this condition may be prevented by giving iron orally or by injection. So the iron dextrose 100 milligram of on 3rd days of birth, followed by 50 milligram on 21 days of birth, that will prevent the piglet anemia. Second, the painting the udder of the sow with a ferrous sulfate solution, which cause intake of iron when the piglet suck the milk with the mother. That will also help to prevent the harms. And now I would like to talk some brief about the creep ration. Ration which is fed to the animal in initial stage of the life to get optimum production or to meet the requirement of the young one. So feeding of concentrate to young one away from their mother is called creep ration or creep feeding. The creep feeding that should contain minimum protein percentage should be 20% minimum and 3300 kilocalorie ME. And dry creep feed are called as pre-starter feed. And when we prepare the feed for swine, the pre-starter feed we can offer to the piglet. And the composition of the creep feed, when we prepare, what are the requirement of ingredients and how much parts we should take, like ground yellow maize 40 parts, skim milk powder 10 parts, groundnut oil cake meal 10 parts, sesame oil cake meal 10 parts, wheat bran 10 parts, molasses or jaggery 10 parts, fish meal 6 parts, brewer's yeast 2 parts, and mineral mixture 2 parts, as well as vitamin mixture at the rate of 10 milligram per 100 kg of the feed. So like that we can prepare the creep mixture or creep feed for the piglet. As per National Research Council, the requirement of swine, there is variation between the Bureau of Indian Standard requirement and National Research Council requirement. So in case of the growing pig, the ME requirement is variable and crude protein requirement. That means all the requirement is variable when we compare with the Bureau of Indian Standard and NRC requirement. So in case of the growing pig, they have divided according to NRC the body weight per kg. Body weight in kg, they have divided 3 to 5 kg, 5 to 10 kg, 10 to 20 kg, 20 to 50 kg, 50 to 80 kg, and 80 to 120 kg. So 6 categories they have divided according to the body weight and the nutrient requirement as per body weight. So ME requirement in case of 3 to 5 kg body weight, 3265 kilocalorie per kg, 5 to 10 kg body weight, 3265 kilocalorie, 10 to 20 kg body weight, 3265, and like that, so on. So in all categories, 3265 kilocalorie of ME is required, and CP percentage is variable. So crude protein percentage minimum should be in case of 3 to 5 kg body weight, so 26%, which is too high if we compare with the Bureau of BIS specification. 5 to 10 kg body weight, 23.7% CP, 10 to 20 kg body weight, 20.9% CP, 20 to 50 kg body weight, 18% CP, 50 to 80 kg body weight, 15%, 15.5% CP, and 80 to 120 kg body weight, 13.2%. So when the body weight increases, the CP percentage goes down. So like that, borrower and guilt, the nutrient requirement as per the NRC, the CP percentage varies between 14 to 70%. And ME requirement in case of kilocalorie, that is 3265 in all the categories. Like again, as per the NRC, the nutrient requirement for gestation period of the sow, the CP percentage vary from the 12% to 12.9%, and ME requirement is 3265 all the category. In case of the lactating sow, the CP percentage vary between the 16 to 18.5%, or 16 to 19.2%. So there is variation of the crude protein, but ME should be the same, that is 3265 kilocalorie. So these are the nutrient requirement for swine of different categories or different age group. Now coming to the nutrient requirement in case of the equine. So the nutrient requirement depends on the working condition of the horse and age group of the horse. And the energy requirement, especially when we talk about the energy requirement which are influenced by the age and degree of the work or duration of the work. So young growing horse, when at work and under lactating condition, they should be provided the densified energy source to meet the requirement of the energy. Densified energy source means that contains dense form of the energy. That means grains, we can say that. And protein requirement, which is required for the synthesis of the various body tissues, and which is very much essential, and the protein that are composed of the amino acids are varying in composition, and there are different class of the horse, requirement of the protein is variable. And in that means the young horse, growing horse, or brooding mare, stallion, race horse, the requirement of the protein is vary according to the working condition or physiological condition of the horse. So the nutrient requirement of equine as per the Indian standard, if we talk about the Indian standard, so adult horse, when the horse is in resting condition, the crude protein requirement is around 8%, calcium requirement is 0.3%, phosphorus 0.2%, and the feed intake, that means dry matter intake, percentage should be 1.5% of the body weight. Feed intake or dry matter intake should be 1.5%. And in case of pregnant mare, crude protein requirement is 10%, calcium 0.5%, phosphorus 0.3%, and feed intake is 1.5% of body weight. Like that, in case of lactating first trimester of the first stage of the lactation, nursing foal. Oh, so in case of nursing foal, the crude protein percentage will be higher, that is 16%, 16%. Calcium phosphorus is 0.8% and 0.55%, and the feed intake is 0.75% of the body weight. So energy requirement of the horse for various type of the physical activity, and in when the horse under walking condition, then the TDN requirement is 4.53, and ME requirement, TDN requirement per hour per 45 kg body weight is 4.53, and ME requirement is 0.02 per hour per 45 kg body weight. So like that, there may be the vary according to the physical activity of the horse. So when we talk about the nutrient requirement of different working horses, so how light exercise, when a horse doing light exercise, the crude protein requirement is 750 grams. Calcium requirement is 30 grams and phosphorus requirement is 18 grams. Moderate exercise, crude protein at 50 grams, calcium 35, phosphorus 21. And heavy exercise, crude protein requirement is enhanced, that is 950 gram, calcium 40 gram, and phosphorus is 29. So there are different factors which influencing the nutrient requirement in case of horse. That is the body weight of the horse, that depends on the size of the horse. Breed of the horse is another factor. Age of the horse is another factor that influence the nutrient requirement. Physiological status of the horse is very much important factors which affect the nutrient requirement. That means the animal should be, what condition the animals are. That means gestation period, lactation period, rate of growth, what is the rate of growth. So that depends that affect the nutrient requirement. What are the nature and intensity of the work of the horse? What are the body temperature of the horse? That means climatic condition also affect the nutrient requirement. Temperate climate, hot climate, humid climates. So these are factors. Hair coat of the horse. What are the insulating fat percentage in the body that affect the nutrient requirement? And what are the health status of the horse which affect the nutrient requirement, mainly minerals and vitamins requirement? And what are the vices of the horse? That means some horses have abnormal habits. So that also affect the nutrient requirement of the horse. So these are around different factors, more than 10 factors which affect the nutrient requirement in case of the horse. And when we prepare the diet, we should consider these factors while preparing the ration of the horse. So this is all about the nutrient requirement of poultry, swine and equine. So thank you very much for attending the class. Thank you.